complex trauma, one of the most damaging effects is it changes the identity of a child from positive to negative. So it creates this shame identity that I'm not good enough, something's wrong with me, I'm not lovable, I'm not valuable. And so that then results in all kinds of different characteristics that come out of that, which are the brain trying to solve shame, the brain trying to feel better about oneself, the brain trying to get others to respect you, trying to hide that true identity. And so what we've seen is there's over 20 different characteristics that come out of just shame. So in a healthy home, a child's able to be authentic. They can trust that those in authority want the best for them. And so they openly communicate their needs. They openly communicate their desires, their dreams. And they're listened to. They're heard. The parents understand them and get them. And so the child doesn't have to try to manipulate anybody to get their needs met. They just communicate their needs and know that the parents want what is best for the child. And the child trusts that. But in complex trauma, it's very different. So the child follows those healthy instincts initially. They communicate their needs. They communicate their desires. They're authentic, but those get laughed at. Those get punished. Those get shamed. And the child begins to feel something's wrong with me. I'm not good enough. To have needs is to be rejected. So they still have needs. But how do they get those needs met? They can't just express them honestly. So the child has to begin to learn to manipulate. It's the only way of survival. It's the only way of getting their needs met. Now, we've done an entire video around manipulation tactics in the Boundaries series, but let me just kind of give you the highlights of the main manipulation tactics that a child begins to learn. So the first one is love bombing, and that is, if I'm super, super, super nice to you, if I give you lots of things, then you'll want to give me something back. So it's a way of manipulating by being super nice, and children learn to do that. They bring their dad coffee, they do extra chores for dad, and then they want to ask dad for something. The second one is using guilt. And so many think of this in terms of how their parents try to manipulate them. If they set a boundary with their parents and the parents say, after all we've done for you, you're so selfish. And it's basically trying to create a feeling of guilt in the child that they're a selfish, unappreciative child that then causes them to, okay, I'll do whatever you want, just to get rid of the guilt. Then some begin to use false accusations. So they misrepresent the story. So some children, they'll tell you a situation and they only tell you 75% of it. They leave out a few details. They only include the details that make you want to help, that make you think the child is asking for something very reasonable. So they learn to manipulate the truth in order to manipulate people. Others, they will have, again, think in terms of their family, where their family will falsely accuse them of stuff in order to get them to go, no, that's not me, I'll prove you wrong. So they go, you think you're better than us. You don't value your family. All you think of is yourself. And so now the person goes, no, that's not true. I'll give you whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want, just so you don't think badly of me. So false accusations is a tactic used to manipulate people. Then a big one within complex trauma families is fear, the threat of violence, the threat that if you tell this secret, if you tell anybody about this, I will hurt you, I will hurt your sister, I will kill you. Or many children begin to go, I'm going to go commit suicide. If you don't do what I want, I'll kill myself. And that fear causes the people to do whatever they want. Another one is anger and intimidation. And so that fear of angry people. So if you become very intimidating, if you get angry, it's, I'll do whatever you want, just don't be angry at me. So it's a powerful manipulation tool. Then some go more passive aggressive, and it's, I'm going to punish you if you don't give me what I want. So I will withhold love. I will pout. I will give you the silent treatment. I'll be super cold to you. I'll give you one-word answers when you want to connect. I will push your buttons on purpose just to get you angry. So I am going to punish you for not giving me what I want. Others, they learn to nag. If you say no the first time, that's all right. I'll just keep asking until you get tired of me asking and give in and say yes. Some resort to begging. I will do whatever you want. Please just give me this. I beg of you. And so it's just lowering themselves to that servile place of begging just to get what they want. Others create a crisis. So you set a boundary with your mom. Let's say I can only see you once a week when mom's been used to seeing you every day. Mom doesn't like that. And so all of a sudden mom creates a crisis. Oh, I'm having a hard time. I really, really, really need you. Just to get you to go and spend more time with her more frequently. Or people propose a compromise. So we won't date anymore, but how about we still be friends? Or how about we still go for coffee once in a while? So you're still manipulating to keep the relationship. You're just formally saying it's no longer a relationship. Then there's triangulation. So this is where mom's upset that you've set a boundary and are only going to visit once a month. She may have tried all the other things to guilt trip you, to create a crisis, and you haven't given in. So now all of a sudden you get a phone call from your aunt. And I'm very concerned about your mother. She's not sleeping well, and I think it's because you're not seeing her very often. And so now you're getting a third party that is voicing mom's request. Then they can then start including all kinds of different friends and family members who start coming and taking you aside and talking to you and putting pressure on you to go back to do what mom wants. So these are called hooks, where the person who doesn't like the boundary is trying to hook you back to the old boundary, and they're manipulating you by playing off different emotions to get you to go back to the old boundary. And then some people, they recruit support, not just from family, not just through triangulation, but they go, oh, wow, I was on Google and I found out all this information that you need to see your mother more regularly. And they present all the experts say evidence to try and add pressure to you. So manipulation, if that became a child's way of surviving, to come into recovery, and to realize manipulation absolutely destroys trust in relationship. It causes people to suspect there's always a hidden agenda. They suspect that they're going to be used somehow, that the truth that you're saying is not actually what's really going on. It just begins to destroy, break down trust, intimacy, connection, relationships. You begin to feel this relationship is not about love. This relationship is about them trying to use me. And so in recovery, you go, manipulation has to go. I have to learn to be open and honest and vulnerable about my needs and desires. So again, understand you can only do that with safe people. It won't work with unsafe people. They will use it against you. So you need safe people. But as you begin to get honest about your needs, it creates fear. Fear that you're going to be rejected. Fear that people are going to see you as a burden. Fear that people are going to say no and not like you and set up more boundaries with you. And so you have to fight through fear. So what I'm hoping you see in a lot of these things is to heal actually triggers fear. To get healthy actually triggers a fear response that wants to go back to unhealthy. And so you gotta fight through that fear and say, no, I know in my cortex this is healthy. I have to stick to the plan. And usually you find, wow, it was worth it.